Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the God Stones. Yes, both of the red and the blue God Stones that we are able to get right now currently in Dokkan Battle. The red one is actually free, so everybody's going to be able to get it. And then the blue one is going to be available for those individuals that are pay to play. So we're going to take a look at both of them and kind of give you guys my opinion as far as what units I think you guys should be able to go through and get for yourselves. Now, first and foremost, before we go over all of this stuff, obviously want to give a huge shout out to the Dokkan Wiki page. They're phenomenal with all the information that they give, so thank you guys very much for everything that you guys do. Now, in regards to the actual Dragon Stones and some of the different characters that are going through, you also got to remember that you need to make the decision based upon your unit in your box. It doesn't make any sense to choose what I say is number one that you should be able to pick, but you may already have that unit rainbowed, or maybe you have all the units rainbowed, or maybe there's only one specific unit that you want to go to. In that case, if you don't need any of these units at all, the great thing that they turned around and did was actually add an Elder Kai. So you can turn around and just pick up an Elder Kai. It's a free Elder Kai. Hey, we can always use those, right? But actually going through and looking at all of these here, we'll just kind of break everything down to what I think are really like the top 5 units that I would suggest going through and getting. But again, go ahead and make sure you guys make a decision based upon what you want. And I'll actually tell you something that I am doing that's going to be different if I choose to do so than what I'm even suggesting, just to kind of prove my point. So, jumping right into things. So here we go. We're going to actually take a look at my number 1 pick that I think people should get, and it's going to be Super Janemba. I really think Super Janemba is one of the best units you can get, simply on the standpoint of even in his base form, before he is Z Awakened. He's going to be able to guard against all attacks, which is going to be very good. It's going to be very beneficial on almost every single event for people that are free to play, that are trying to get something that's going to be killer, and then to turn around and Z-Awaken him, which we have to remember not everybody can be able to do right away, so it does take a little bit of time on some of these. But Janemba being able to awaken is going to turn around and give an attack and defense plus 70%, and then guard active against all attacks, with a medium chance of evading enemies' attack for 1 turn, plus an additional attack and plus 40% for 4 turns when guard is activated. So he pretty much always gets an additional 40% attack. So that is going to be very good. And you know, I don't know what more to say about it. I mean, he's just a very good unit that I would really probably recommend that people really jump in and really consider him as a number 1 choice for your Red Dragon Stone. The next unit here would actually be the Super Gogeta. Again, probably the OG super leader, if you will, with his all types key plus 3 and attack plus 3000. That was completely unheard of at the time of his release, and obviously very good. And he's the exact opposite of Janemba, being able to be effective against all types. So you need somebody who's going to turn around and really just slaughter through events. It's going to be him. And then obviously when he awakens, he just becomes that much more devastating. So again, just one of those things that you probably would want to really consider being able to pick up one of those 2 guys if you do not have them already. Next, I would actually probably recommend people to, amazingly enough, go after the Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla if you have not gotten her already. Just an amazing unit with that high chance to evade enemies' attacks is really good. And then the Extreme Z Awaken is not very difficult to get. She gets very, very strong, able to, again, high chance of evading attacks, including super attacks, and then on top of that, she gains a medium chance to evade super attacks and counter a tremendous power. So if you're getting super attacked, you have a 50% chance to dodge, and then if you don't dodge, then it goes to the medium chance, which is 30% to dodge again, and then counter. So very good, not to mention the fact that she's effective against all types when you have Kale, a unit named Kale, so it doesn't even have to be a specific Kale. So she's basically like a built-in Gogeta if you have Kale. So very, very good there. And then taking a look here at the Kale Berserk. Great because you can be ran with your other Kales, and again, just a really good unit. Having a built-in additional attack is always nice, and then the fact that she gets a 60% damage reduction for 6 turns, and then if you can actually turn around and get 6 or more physical key spheres, then she can just continue on with that after the 7th turn. So a very good unit to be able to have. Now, this unit right here is actually kind of my wild card pick that I don't know if everybody would necessarily recommend going for. I really, really like this unit, especially for free-to-play players that maybe don't have a lot with extreme units, or maybe they're turning around and trying to just do some type of buff. He gives a straight, before he's even Z Awakened, just regular Awakening, he gives a 30% attack to all allies, and then all extreme class allies get Ki +2, so very, very good with that. When he turns around and Z Awakens, which he's part of the batch of 7 units that all awaken at the same time, you get their medals from all the different units, so hopefully you've been able to accomplish that. He gains an attack and defense of 50%, and then keeps that 30% for all allies, but goes to a Ki +3 and defense +40%. So if you're looking for just a support person that is random with everyone, that you could just go in through and set up, he's going to be great. Not to mention he's on some really good categories with Wicked Bloodlines, movie bosses, Target Goku. So, I mean, Terrifying Conquerors, I mean, he's great with Cooler, if you guys got Cooler. So, just a really huge benefit to be able to have with him. Not to mention, the reason why I suggest him, especially for free-to-play players if you don't have him, if you pick up the free-to-play LR Metal Cooler Core, he's their best friend, and he's instantly going to turn around, especially once he's Z-Awakened. I think he gets them to, like, I think it's like, what is it, 12? No, it wouldn't be 12. It would have been, it was 18 super attack. So yeah, it's like 16, 15 or 16 for their ability to be able to get a super attack. So you only need 3 Ki spheres and they're ultra super attacking. So very, very good there. So then the next thing, that's everything with my redstones. That's what I would suggest you guys go through and do and pick up and utilize. Again, always go after what you guys have in your unit box. And if you have an opportunity to give somebody a first or second dupe, by all means choose those, because all those units are pretty good units to be able to have. So now I want to take a look at the actual blue stone, or the super stone, that we're able to turn around and get. And this one here is going to be a little bit different, because as an example, amazingly enough, as long as I've been playing this game, I actually only have this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks at 60, or at, not 69%, right? Yeah, the 1 dupe is what's in him. So I actually need a second dupe for him. It's amazing. I have not pulled any other dupes of this character or anything else. I need another one just to have 2 dupes to be able to throw equipments on him. So if I were to purchase a blue stone, then this is the unit that I would probably go after out of all of these, which a lot of people would be like, what are you doing? But if you're a completionist and you don't have these things, that's the kind of stuff you have to look at. Not to mention, being able to have 2 dupes is just really big, and being able to move forward from there. So again, just something to really look forward to when you're trying to make those ultimate decisions on what you want to do. But now, as far as the units that I would recommend, if you happen to have them all, or maybe you have none of them, these are the units that I think that you should really be able to turn around and get. Number 1, Super Vegito. This is, I think, a top unit still, and the reason why is, you know, he gives, once you are able to awaken him, which is pretty easy to awaken. I actually got him, he was the first major Dokkan Fest character I ever pulled. Pulled him and Gogeta on the very first, like, major Christmas banner, because they were on the banner together. Completely amazing. It was just a shock and awe for me to be able to do that. And I actually pulled 2 of him, which, again, back in the day, before there were dupes. Anything else, I immediately threw him into the super attack, thinking that, look what I just did. So, craziness, right? Anyway, so being able to take damage from normal attacks at -80% and then counter them with tremendous power is really good, especially if you're a free-to-play player. I will tell you guys that this is a great unit, just on the standpoint of you can run through a lot of events, especially with quest events, and he's going to protect you all the way through, and he's really going to help you be able to beat those events. And if you're able to keep him at that SSR level, he still has that ability to take less damage and counter tremendous power, which would help you guys be able to turn around and get some of the different Patara medals and things of that nature. So he's really good. Not to mention, when he Z Awakens, he has that ability to foresee enemy super attack if your HP is less than 40%, and he still keeps the main part of his passes. So that is by far who I would recommend if you have none of the units, or if you're trying to decide what to do. The next unit that I would recommend is actually Omega Shenron, and I love this unit because of the fact that he gives all enemies attack minus 30%. So he can be very devastating. Then once he Z Awakens, he's going to be a full power category, Ki plus 2 and attack plus 40%. So he's a great support. Not to mention now he's giving negative 40%. If you guys haven't taken a look at my video with the Extreme Super Battle Road, using double leaders with this guy, I mean, it was absolutely devastating. I mean, easily, I can't remember if I no item to run it or not, but I easily beat it. There was just no, it just made it into a regular event. I mean, just super simple. So his ability to be able to do that is great. So the third unit that I would recommend actually turning around and getting is going to be Golden Frieza. Now, I'm the type of person, defense wins championships, okay? I very much believe that. Damage received at negative 70% is big, okay? And his is just, he doesn't counter, he doesn't do anything else like, Vegito does, but he does turn around and give you that, and then an attack plus 70% whenever HP is 50% or above. So if you hit below 50%, he loses his passive. So he is very much a wild card. However, again, free-to-play players or people that are just starting, a great unit to be able to be protected against and everything else. But if you can Z-Awaken him, then he turns around and he reduces the damage received by 80% when it's 50% or more, but then he reduces it by 50% plus an additional attack boost if he falls below 50%. So he gained an additional passive after that. Not to mention, he's a Ki plus 3 and HP attack and defense plus 120% protect type. So very good there. Again, just really solid on everything that he goes through and does. And then that takes me to the fourth one, which is the other Golden Frieza, which is the AGL. Again, reduces damage by 90% when your HP is 50% or above. So he's taking nothing from anything. And then being able to turn around, once he actually has that, they lower the threshold to 40% for the damage reduction, but he doesn't lose everything. He still gets Ki plus 2 and attack plus 90% as long as you get 4 more Ki spheres. So he's not horrible, but again, he's that defensive unit that realistically, free-to-play players and new players, people that are still trying to go through the quest events or beat some of the Dokkan levels, you can throw him on and you're going to be fine. It's going to be great. Now, probably my my wild card, don't know if other people would recommend him or not, is going to be Goku Black. And Goku Black on Global is completely different than when he is on JP. Because of the fact that he is able to lower attack and defense on his super attacks, which is really good. But again, just like Metal Cooler, he gives extreme class allies Ki plus 3. So he is going, with both of them, you're going to be able to have plenty of Ki. You're not going to have to worry about it if you're a person who struggles at gathering Ki, which at this day and age in the meta, it shouldn't be too big of a deal, but there is that opportunity. Not to mention when he turns around and Z-Awakens, he's a 120 lead for the physical types, greatly lowers attack and defense, which is very good. And then you turn around, he's still Ki plus 3, but then he also becomes a nuker style with gaining additional 5% if he's going against a Goku's family category enemy. So he can really help you guys on a lot of different events. And being able to change Ki spheres randomly to a rainbow is really good. Not to mention he has a built-in Ki. Every time he receives an attack, he gets a Ki plus 1, so he can get up to 5. So right away, if he's on a Ki plus 3 leader skill, after 5 attacks received, he's going to be auto supering. So it's really good on that standpoint, obviously. So hope this really helps you guys. I know a lot of people have been asking about what to do in regards to the Dragon Stones, how they should set things up. Again, probably the most important thing that I can tell you guys to do is to make sure that you're turning around and getting the units that you need and maximize your potential to be able to do things. A lot of these units are very good units. So, you know, don't worry about if you decide, hey, I need an attack all unit, you want to pick up Broly, don't listen to what other people say. Get the attack all unit and you're set ready to go for free. There are other ones that I think that are better, like Second Form Frieza, but still, very good there. If you need a boost to your physical team or your tech teams, don't be afraid to go through and select somebody that's different. This Vegeta is another great one that he's has the ability as a defensive juggernaut, so to speak. Not to mention he has high chances to stun. So he's probably one that, again, probably ultimate sleeper pick. Let me go ahead and open him up real quick. That I would really probably say that you guys would want to consider getting him. 60% damage reduction, but only for 5 turns, but he has a high chance to stun. So if you're trying to beat Super Battle Road, he is going to be a unit that would really be able to help you out with that. Not to mention he can be awakened, and he does have a Z awakening that goes from there. But otherwise, guys, that's today's video. hopefully this helped you guys out. I'm really hoping that everything kind of got situated for you and lets you decide whether or not you guys should go after the who to go after on the red Dragonstone. If you choose to go after the blue Dragonstone, what you should be able to do on that standpoint. But if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you guys are hitting that red subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. Just, if you guys want to see all my videos and be notified of everything, YouTube has been having a little bit of problem lately. So if you do have a question about it, just unsubscribe, resubscribe, and then re-hit that notification bell. That seems to fix the problem, and that'll help you guys out from there. But leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not you guys are going to select something, if you guys like my list, anything else on that. And hopefully you guys can hit the like button as well if you guys really like this video. But otherwise, that's it. That's today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.